First, I'd like to give all praise to Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai, and double honors to the elders and apostles, a great millstone, who are teaching this truth and sincerity. A shout out to Yakim, that's out there on the four quarters of the earth, proclaiming this truth, risking your lives to do so, risking your lives to be possibly arrested, being a potential threat, being labeled as a domestic terrorist, black Hebrew Israelite, or what other names they could throw at you, because, well, you got confusion of faces that be among that. You know, so you can't just throw the label black Hebrew Israelites anymore. Not to mention you have Latinos and Native Americans that also make up the 12 tribes of Israel, you know, because we're coming against the so-called white man, Esau, and the Amalekites, because Esau has stolen our identity, proclaiming to be us, you know. And he didn't just steal our identity, he's stolen the Greek identity, he's stolen the rest of the Roman identity. He covered the faces and the judges thereof. He had changed everything that Constantine had done to, you know, show us, you know, that worship the Most High, change all the images, put up Cesare Borgia, you know, and put up their images, you know. And so, you know, you got this wicked festivity coming up that they call Easter, which is the celebration of the virgin birth, the Queen of Heaven, you know, which is really a lie, because, again, as Apostle Tahar had put it out, we need to touch up on our Hebrew, man, because you just get the simple Matthew, you get that translation all messed up, because it really should have said young woman, but if you had read it in the Hebrew, you wouldn't have gotten all mixed up to begin with, right? But you see, Esau, the so-called white man, you know, hid our images and put his up, you know. And, of course, you know, what's happening now is that places are shut down. We can see the economic collapse. As we know that this is the last week of Sears and Kmart, as well as Jade Garden and other places here in Reading that are being shut down, you know, and just pretty much closing, you know, not going to be here anymore. They already say that they're going to be renovating this place to put in other extensions, but you know that it's a falling economy, you know. We know that it's a sinking ship, and I definitely believe that the Donald Eagle-Face Trump is going to bankrupt this place, you know. It's going to further cause the economic crash, you know, because what did the predictive programming Simpsons cartoon show you? That by the time Lisa Simpson would become the next president, they had 4 years of Trump, and he wrecked everything. The whole place was destroyed, you know, pretty much, and even a war had happened, you know. You know, there was an invasion and everything, and just everything had crashed. The Donald had fallen, you know, a.k.a. the dollar had crashed. He crashed everything. And we can see that happening now. You know, how many times has the fucking government already been shut down? And then up and running, then fucking shut down again, you know. So, you know, they pretty much, it's a sinking ship. It's sinking fast. You know, the market's going to be pushed, and the fucking missiles will come. But it's going to be a very hard time to resist the mark, because you're going to have to, you know, either take the mark, or you're going to get put in a FEMA camp, killed, or you're going to try to survive out there, you know. But most of all, though, you know, you're going to have to resist this mark, which is the RFID implant. It's not Christianity. It's not anything else, because, again, Christianity doesn't stop you from being able to buy, sell, and trade. And a lot of Edomites ain't even fucking Christians, you know. And that's another thing, though, that these people that call themselves Christian, you know, there's a channel, and I've showed you some videos from it, Reading Homeless, and he claims to be a Christian, right? Wants to do something about the homeless people. But here's my challenge to him. If you really cared about the homeless and all that, you would do more than just interviews with them. You would actually open your house up and try to get your so-called Christian friends to open their house up to them. These people, as Carlin puts it, it's not that they don't have a home. They don't have houses. They need houses. And how do you get houses? Build them houses, right? Or put your places up, man. Put your place up. Take in a few of them, you know. But no, man, you're not doing that. You're not doing that at all. You're just showing it on videotape, you know. You know, because Esau ain't going to do anything to help out the fellow Edomite. Less, you know, I still don't see why our people are still serving Esau in the so-called military, right? But I'll read out of Matthew chapter 24. This is Yahweh Shai speaking, because it's very interesting, because Apostle Tahar had broken down Revelation chapter 6, where, the term stars of heaven is talking about the missiles, because it looked like the heavens being shaken up and all that. So we're going to read out of Matthew chapter 24, because we're in that time now of prophecy, this being the year of prophecy, and we're slowly approaching, the very things that Yahweh Shai had said, and also talking about when Jerusalem should be captured. So, and start in verse 2. And Yahweh Shai said unto them, See you not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there should not be left here one stone upon another. That shalt be thrown down. And he was talking about when the temples should be thrown down, and this happened in 70 AD. And as he sat on the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall the signs of thy coming and of the end of the world? And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Mashiach, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. We're hearing that all the time, North Korea threat, Iran nuclear deal, or the war against Yemen, the war on Syria, Libya was taken down, Egypt was taken down, Mohammed Morsi was put in power, and then they regained the government, Ukraine, a lot of things, See ye not be troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation. There shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. Are we not seeing this? Have we not seen this? We're seeing it on a daily basis, almost every day. All these are the beginning of sorrows. They shall deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and you shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. And what is his name? It's not Jesus. It's not the so-called white man, Cesare Borgia. No, it's Yahweh Shai, the name of Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. We are hated, man. How many times have they tried to expose us as black Hebrew Israelites? How many times have they come against we being confused in the faces, trying to say that we're Edomites, And yet they won't even do the work. They won't come out here and teach, right? And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. How many hate videos are put up all the time against Great Millstone? Obviously, we're the ones that are teaching the truth. And many false prophets shall rise and deceive many. Like Nate and ISUPK, and that's just among us. Don't forget about what the Edomites been teaching for years, that, God loves everybody. Everybody can be saved. And many false prophets shall rise and deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Yeah, and we can see that now. People are bugging out because, Apostle Tahar said you need to do 2 or 3 videos a week, and try to get us in the spirit just recently to want to do 2 or 3 videos a day. That we should have that spirit upon us, to want to go out and teach, and to want to, put up more videos, while we still got it. And the gospel of this kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. In other words, we got camps all over the world. We're in London, we're in, believe it or not, the Philippines, we're in Thailand, we're in Singapore. We're all over the place now, so this is happening. Well, you shall see the abomination, the desolation, spoken of by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place. And, well, we know that happened. That was recorded in the book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 1, towards the end of it, when they started eating swine, and, pretty much that was an abomination. And so this is what Daniel was speaking of. To let them which be in Judah flee into the mountains. That's when he went into the Saharas. Let him which has on the house step not come down to take anything out of his house, neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. So when we had to flee into the Saharas, and we're going to have to do that again, when this mark comes, and this mark is coming really quick, that you cannot buy, sell, or trade unless you should receive the mark. So we're going to have to do this all over again. Flee into the mountains and get the fuck out of the cities, man. And woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. You know, again, this is not the time to be having children and all that. You know, we're going to have to flee, you know, as we did then, when we went into the Saharas, and what we'll have to do now. And so I'm going to jump down to verse 27. For as lightning cometh out of the east and shineth unto the west, so also shall the coming of the Son of Man be. What's that talking about? When them chariots come to gather his elect from the four quarters of the earth. We're seeing more chariot sightings, even over Jerusalem, which has been besieged by these same Edomites that besieged us back in 70 AD, which are there now proclaiming to be Jews. For whosoever the carcass is, there shall the eagles be gathered together. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heavens shall be shaken. What's that talking about? The thermonuclear weapons, and also when the mothership starts shooting. This is the day of our salvation. This is the day of the Lord. This is the day that's coming. And that's after the mark of the beast. That's after, you know, you can't buy, sell, or trade unless you receive the mark. You know, for those who have taken it, obviously you're going to be caught in this judgment. You know, when the heavens are shaking, which is talking about the nuclear missiles, stars falling from heaven, it's talking about nuclear missiles. When the ICBMs destroy this place. And then shall appear the Son of Man in heaven, and then all the tribes of the earth mourn, because they didn't take heed to this word while we came out here and taught. No, they just wanted to play around. And they shall see the Son of Man come in the clouds of heaven, which are the chariots, with power and great glory. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven and unto the other. And this is what's about to take place, you know. And so Esau knows this is going to happen, you know, but, you know, has to get things kicked off, because he doesn't want this to happen. That's why he's trying to get us off the streets, man. Trying to get us out of here, you know. Well, we've heard some complaints, you know. Of course, this is going to be a big-time complaint. This is not what they've been taught. They haven't been taught these, you know. You know, this devil has been lying for a very long time, been lying to our people about who we are, you know. Has stolen our identity and proclaimed it as his. But this is all about to be taken down very shortly here. So I hope this has been edifying, and like everything else, though, you know, we're already at the beginning of spring, and you can see the takedown, you know. Things are being shaken up. Shalom.